So we're down here at the KP today, obviously for the open training session. Locks, we were talking about that we don't see too much of the training, but we've seen it in games recently. What is your kind of take on what we've seen today? Obviously, there's not too much you can take from the training session, but little things like players who impress you.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, obviously we've seen them in games. Northampton and Liverpool as well, obviously on YouTube and stuff. And I think it's a different environment, training session compared to a game. But we saw a lot. We saw a lot of goalkeeping drills, a lot of attacking drills. So it was nice to see kind of training towards the style of play that Maresca wants to go with this season, and obviously nice to see Maresca himself. He did a little speech to the fans at the start, and also a couple of the new signings, Mavididi, Doyle, so Hermanson as well. So it was nice to see that. Yeah,
like I say, as Locke says, there's likes of Mavididi in there now, Doyle, a few others as well, Hermanson. What was your kind of take on a few of these players? Obviously, we've not seen too much of them. We've seen like the older players in most pre-season games, but these new players, anything you could kind of ping from that?
If I was going to pin anything to maybe just go a little bit sideways from the new players, would be the youth academy team that's come in. Mavidua and McAteer, saw them against Liverpool and obviously in other previous pre-season games, and I think they look pretty strong, to be honest. I said that when we were close to signing Mavididi, this was during the Liverpool game, I was like, I don't think we need him the way McAteer's playing on the left. He looks pretty solid. And we saw in training today that Mavidua as well, it's going to be hard to say those two names, but he looks pretty solid out there. So I hope that Enzo's one of those players that's not stubborn like Rodgers was, and he just had his favourites to play him. And that the starting 11 does change constantly, and whoever's the best team out there is the ones that are performing the best in training, and not just because we signed them or because they're the more favoured. I hope it is the players that just show up and do the best.
Yeah, and just finally, obviously we'll quickly mention the new kit. New third kit, the orange kit. What's your kind of take on it? Are you a fan of it, or?
Yeah, I think it's alright. I prefer the other two, but I think it's a nice kit. I think all three are better than last season's kits. It looks on the photos. This is for anyone who hasn't actually seen it in person yet. It looks very orange on the photos, but it's not actually as orange. It's a bit more washed when you actually see it in person. So I think it's nice. I think we've got three nice kits, and I think if we smash the league this season, then they will become iconic kits for sure.
Yeah, obviously, like I say, we are down at the KP for the open day training session. Appreciate you coming on. Make sure you put your comments and views below if you were here to see what was happening today, and we will catch you all on the next show. See you in a bit.